Two of the biggest names in boxing, Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, are on a collision course for an epic showdown on Saturday, October 12th, at the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This isn't just another fight. It's a bout between two undefeated champions who have dominated the light heavyweight division. Now, let me ask you, when was the last time you watched a fight where you genuinely didn't know who was going to win? That's exactly what we're looking at with Bivol versus Beterbiev. This fight promises to be explosive, unpredictable, and potentially one for the history books. Dmitry Bivol. Let's talk about Dmitry Bivol first. If you followed his career, you know that he's one of the most technically sound boxers in the world today. Bivol doesn't rely on sheer power. Instead, his success comes from his brilliant ring IQ, footwork, and precision. Think about it. How often do we see a fighter in the light heavyweight division who can control the pace of the fight with a jab alone? Bivol's jab isn't just a setup for bigger punches, it's a weapon. One of his best performances was against Jean Pascal in November 2018. Pascal, a seasoned veteran, was expected to push Bivol to the limit, but what happened? Bivol dominated from the opening bell, keeping Pascal at bay with his jab and superior technique. Pascal is known for his toughness and grit, but Bivol made him look ordinary. Every time Pascal tried to close the distance, Bivol would pop him with a stiff jab, pivot, and reset. It was a masterclass in control and distance management. And who can forget his fight against Canelo Alvarez on May 7, 2022? Many people expected Canelo, one of the pound-for-pound best fighters, to walk through Bivol. After all, Canelo had dominated everyone in his path, including Sergey Kovalev, another top light heavyweight. But Bivol had other plans. He didn't just beat Canelo, he outclassed him over 12 rounds, winning a unanimous decision and proving that technique and precision can neutralize even the most dangerous power punchers. Bivol's ability to stick to his game plan, even when under pressure, is what makes him such a dangerous opponent for Beterbiev. He doesn't get rattled, he doesn't fall into traps, and most importantly, he knows how to make adjustments mid-fight. So the question is, will Bivol's technical brilliance be enough to stop Beterbiev's raw power? Artur Beterbiev. On the other side of the ring, we have Artur Beterbiev. If you've ever seen him fight, you know exactly why he's one of the most feared men in boxing today. Beterbiev isn't just a puncher, he's a wrecking ball. He's got a perfect knockout record. That's right, every single one of his professional victories has ended with his opponent on the canvas. But Beterbiev's power isn't just raw, it's methodical, calculated, and precise. Take his fight against Callum Johnson in October 2018 as an example. Johnson is no slouch. He's a tough, durable fighter with power of his own. In fact, Johnson even managed to knock Beterbiev down in the second round, marking the first time Beterbiev had ever been floored in his career. But did that deter Beterbiev? Not at all. He got back up, composed himself, and finished Johnson in the fourth round with a devastating right hand. That's what makes Beterbiev so dangerous. He's relentless. You can hurt him, you can try to push him back, but he will always come forward, looking for that knockout blow. He doesn't care if he's down on the scorecards, because he knows that as long as the fight is still going, he has a chance to end it with one punch. And that's exactly what he did to Johnson. Even after being knocked down, he marched forward, systematically breaking Johnson down until he couldn't continue. And then there's Beterbiev's January 28, 2023 bout against Anthony Yarde. Yarde is known for his explosiveness and punching power, but he was no match for Beterbiev's relentless attack. In the ninth round, Beterbiev landed a thunderous right hand that sent Yarde to the canvas. The referee stepped in and stopped the fight, marking another knockout victory for Beterbiev. He's not just a power puncher, he's also incredibly durable and mentally tough. He's like a machine that keeps coming forward, no matter what you throw at him. Will Bivol be able to keep Beterbiev off him for 12 rounds, or will Beterbiev break him down just like he has with every other opponent? Clash of styles. This is where things get really interesting. Bivol and Beterbiev represent two completely different styles of boxing. Bivol is the technician, the strategist. He wins fights by outthinking his opponents, using his speed and footwork to stay one step ahead. On the other hand, Beterbiev is the destroyer. He's not interested in winning on points. He's there to knock you out. Historically, fights like these, where a boxer faces a puncher, are some of the most intriguing matchups in the sport. Think of fights like Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler or Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. These kinds of matchups always raise the same question. Can the technician avoid the knockout long enough to outbox the puncher, or will the puncher eventually land that one shot that changes everything? Bivol is undoubtedly the more skilled boxer of the two. His win over Canelo Alvarez proved that he can handle pressure and adapt to elite-level opposition. But Beterbiev is unlike any opponent Bivol has ever faced. Beterbiev's power is otherworldly. He doesn't need to land many punches to end a fight. Just one clean shot can spell the end. Bivol's game plan will likely revolve around keeping Beterbiev at a distance, using his jab to control the pace of the fight and avoid exchanges. But that's easier said than done. Beterbiev has shown time and time again that he's willing to eat a few punches to get inside and land his own power shots. So, what do you think? Will Bivol's technical brilliance be enough to keep Beterbiev at bay for 12 rounds? Or will Beterbiev's relentless pressure eventually break Bivol down? More than just titles. This fight isn't just about 2 belts or bragging rights. It's about legacy. Both of these fighters are undefeated. Both are in their prime, and both have everything to lose. Whoever wins this fight will likely go down as the best light heavyweight of their era. But more than that, they'll be talked about in the same breath as some of the greatest fighters of all time. Bivol, with his technical skills and incredible ring IQ, could solidify his status as one of the best pure boxers of the modern era. A win over Beterbiev would put him on a path to even greater things, perhaps moving up to cruiserweight or even a rematch with Canelo Alvarez. For Beterbiev, a victory would only cement his reputation as one of the most feared punchers in the sport. With a perfect knockout record, he's already a legend in his own right. But beating a fighter like Bivol would elevate him to a whole new level of greatness. And let's not forget about the money. Both fighters stand to make a significant payday, especially with the fight taking place in Saudi Arabia, where purses are often inflated due to the large sums of money invested in the sport. This fight could easily generate millions of dollars, not just for the fighters, but for everyone involved. It's a huge event, and everyone knows it. But beyond the money and titles, there's something else on the line: pride. Neither Bivol nor Beterbiev have tasted defeat in their professional careers. Losing this fight would be a huge blow to either man's legacy. Can you imagine what it would feel like to go your entire career undefeated, only to lose the biggest fight of your life? That's the kind of pressure these two fighters are dealing with. What's next? After this fight, the landscape of the light heavyweight division will change dramatically. The winner will hold most of the major titles in the division and will likely have their pick of the next challengers. Fighters like Joe Smith Jr., Gilberto Ramirez, or even a potential rematch with Canelo Alvarez could be on the horizon. But first, we have to see who will come out on top on October 12th. Will it be Dmitry Bivol, the master technician, or Artur Beterbiev, the relentless power puncher? This fight has all the makings of a classic, and I don't know about you, but I can't wait to see what happens. If you're as excited about this fight as I am, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below with your predictions. Do you think Bivol can outbox Beterbiev, or will Beterbiev's power be too much to handle? Let's talk boxing in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you after the fight.